Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 10% off. Hey, Gutbox here. So, Most Feared Part 2 coming tomorrow, and we got a card. We got more than a card, but we got a card, if you get it. Lawrence Taylor on his way tomorrow. A lot of people thought a Lawrence Taylor was coming soon after that. 90 overall appeared for $30 in the store. And, don't waste your money on that stuff. I know they had a free safety Megatron earlier this year that I bought, but the Lawrence Taylor for 90 overall, I guess kind of harkened that he was coming soon, and it was true, right? They were right. Here's Lawrence Taylor showing up, 89 speed, 92 power, 92 finesse, 90 block shed. He's a power rusher. I prefer speed rushers, strictly for the speedster, chem being 1 AP instead of 2. But I think Lawrence Taylor, without any sort of chemistries, is just going to Lawrence Taylor the backfield. So here it is on current gen. Obviously, edge threat's very good there too. You can add that onto it. It works a little bit better. Double nothing, I don't know. I haven't really tested double nothing much this year. It's been very expensive all year. But people that have said it's nothing special. Let me know if you guys have any other experience with double nothing, any other pass rushing camps, and don't come here with unpredictable. Okay, I've tried unpredictable. It lights up after you've already beat your block, and it does exactly what it says. It just lowers resistance. And if you're worried about resistance, go into electricity or switch your D-line around halfway through the game. All right, Lawrence Taylor, incredible. Shout out to Fred Zilla for clipping this stuff and sending it to me. Here are some of the most feared. We'll go through and talk through some of the program, of course, and how to get them set, solos, house rules in a second, the new house rules. It's exactly as I thought it was going to be. But here are the goal players, basically the pack fodder. These things, the ones that you're going to hate. Get used to the names now because you're going to hate it when you're re-rolling it tomorrow. We'll be live on stream all day tomorrow. But overall, pretty much useless cards. Billy Turner, 81 overall. Okay, yeah, depth on your theme team. We'll come back to this in a little bit. Sonny Michel right here, 85. Pack fodder, basically. Nothing that you really want to start on the field. Gronk's the other 93 revealed. They got 2 more 93s to reveal tonight over on their Twitter account. And then the 2 limiteds that are coming out tomorrow are also going to be on their Twitter account later tonight. This Gronk, he's faster than we traditionally see Gronk. They've really done a decent job at making irrelevant cards in the past and more relevant, right? And like the Jerry Rices, right? They give Jerry Rice a realistic speed, and then he's useless in MUT. So even though the speed's jacked up, I think it's for the betterment of the game, a more balanced product out there with the players. Now, I see the argument that basically makes a lot of the players very similar-ish, and I think that's a good point, right? The thing is, the MUT team is not the gameplay team, and the gameplay team is the team that needs to focus and make other stats matter, right? Make it make sense. Make catching traffic pretty important. Make these things actually stand out so that way when a guy has high strength, hey, we can see it pretty evidently on the field. Maybe they can make videos showing, oh, this is what a guy with higher strength does. This is a guy with 80 strength versus 85 strength. So that's Gronk on your theme teams. Patriots got a lot of love today. Steelers, it's a bad day for America. Steelers theme team didn't get any love. I know other theme teams didn't get stuff, so we're all in there together, my friends. But there's another 93 revealed. JPP, 87 overall, 81 speed. He's basically, I don't want to say useless, but he's basically depth in the Tampa Bay theme team right now. You don't want to have him see your field. We looked at Calvin Ridley yesterday, so I'm not going to spend too much time on him. He's a fine receiver. Gets to a good number on the Falcons theme team, at least speed-wise. We saw Lawrence Taylor, Dante Fowler. Again, pack fodder, backups for your theme team. Asante, backups are needed, right? Special teams, kickoff, that kind of stuff. So that's not useless. It's just, it is what it is. They're not starters. Asante Samuel is weirdly close to being a starter there for the Chargers. And I think they gave him really nice speed acceleration. The issue is he's really not going to react. Zones don't react great as it is because once guys react, they don't have the movement start up on next gen. On current gen, it's a little bit better because the guys will shift and accelerate a little quicker. Still the old movement system, but the tight end delay phase are still awful over there where you can't man them up. So that's why I'm not on current gen. Tight end delay fades, tight end delay fades, tight end delay fades. But regardless, he's fast. And speed is what you need, right? It's like when you need to study for your finals and your name's Jesse and you're freaking out. The caffeine pills. Oh, the 90s. Anyways, Zach Pascal here. Again, whatever. 5th receiver maybe. Brent Urban Meyer. He's okay. I prefer Brett Rural, but Brent Urban's fine. 4th DT for your Cowboys theme team. I think it's a few other theme teams too, so You know, depth for a lot of positions. Jalen Johnson, little J and J. You guys know this guy makes baby oil. So, I don't know, baby oil's a thing, right? 87 speed, 87 acceleration on the card. 83 overall, another 5th CB, pack fodder, Solder. Backup right tackle. I guess you can start him. I mean, offensive line doesn't really matter as much as other positions. So I'd be interested in seeing if people start him or not. I wouldn't love him out there. Teddy Two Gloves, Bridgewater. He's an improviser quarterback, 85 overall. Doesn't hit the escape artist number. Does he get anything good? No, I don't think so. He's a hard pass. Braden Smith. Yeah, I think he's usable as a right tackle. Usable is a fine word for him. Odell Beckham, 87 overall. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Yeah, Cleveland's playing the game tonight. Should be fun. I don't love Thursday Night Football because it messes with my fantasy team, but it's cool to see another night of the week with football on it. Odell is Odell. Not anything special this year. At least that card isn't. Eddie Goldman, he's thick, but his block shed's only 83, right? You need the thickness with high block shed. Without high block shed, the thickness don't count. All right. Braxton Berrios, fastish. Not really fast, though. Useless, pack fodder. Carlton Davis, very useless. Very, very useless, but more depth for your Bucks theme team. Eric Rowe. I'm going to go through the limiteds here in a little second. Dolphins got, like, mega blessed on secondary. They got Byron. They got Eric Rowe now today, or tomorrow for Rowe. Byron today. It's expensive for Byron, but Dolphins theme team is a lot better than it has any rights to be, right? It's a franchise in disaster. They're getting so desperate to talk about trading for Watson in the Houston Chronicle, but, like, the rumors are false, and, like, I don't know. The thing is, like, I don't think Tua is as bad as everybody makes him out to be, man. People think Tua is, like, the worst thing since unsliced bread. And I don't think he's as bad as that right now. Now, if he continues along this path, the vote of no confidence is that he's getting from his coach, maybe his confidence will be destroyed and he won't be a good quarterback in the NFL. But, man, I don't know. I still feel like Tua's, like, the one solid piece there that's kind of like everything else is collapsing around him. He's like the one beam in the structure that's okay. It maybe got a few cracks in it, and it could break. But he still has potential, man. He's still a young guy. Tart right here. You know, a little tasty. Maybe too tart on the tongue. A little too slow, but Niners theme team is coming for the Raiders. I'll tell you right now. Niners, they're making a play for the Raiders crown. With that Vernon, especially Vernon Davis that we got on Team of the Week. Trey Flowers, a 90 overall that we're getting. The Lions getting a little love. Solid block shed. I wish his pass rush stats were a little higher, and then he's just slow. And you can't deal with slow guys out there, especially if they don't have overwhelmingly like 90-plus stats on the important thing for defense linemen. Brandon Graham, Eagles getting some love here, but you got to power him up to get the 90s right there, and you definitely want to get to the 90. I don't know if it's necessarily a threshold. I've heard it mentioned in the past that power move and finesse move, 90s, like a threshold for new moves being unlocked. But block shed is just a pure, like, you know, how much higher is my block shed than your run block? Am I going to shed? But oftentimes the sheds on run blocks come too late, and that's what makes the running game so good. It's because, like, my guy will shed and then kind of just sit there for a half second while the running back goes past him. He doesn't know what to do. He goes like, oh. Like, he, like, reacts weirdly. I don't know. Like, he's got some Gumby bones. Lattimore looks really nice. I will say Lattimore looks really nice. Like, especially once you power him up, and then you have the in the zone, or what is it? Yeah, it's in the zone DB strat card to get him to 90 zone. His man coverage, that also gets to 90 with the power up and it's +1 there, +2 to zone. Press not being 90 hurts the man-to-man archetype. I like zone archetype more. I play more zone, but man-to-man is definitely really good this year. If you run man-to-man, at least occasionally, I've seen people main man-to-man against me and actually do a pretty good job at stopping my offense. Sometimes I will get them, but like there are some guys that absolutely like lock me down for a lot in man-to-man. Batonio was kind of like teased, revealed, glitched out that we knew he was on the way. A very awesome left guard. Brandon Cooks. Texans theme team receiving and DBs now are potentially close to maybe second best to Raiders. I would say for Texans with this card right here added to their squad. Again, another Patriots love. New Orleans too. And Rams, right? Bosa. Bad block shed, good finesse move. So a finesse move, demon. I think he's going to be okay for you against the on the pass, but lower block shit, how much does that matter when like the edge like stretches are all, it seems seemingly locked in animation, not necessarily stat related, which is very frustrating. So anyways, that is the most feared release. Let's go back up to what's coming with the some other notes and stuff. 40 new players with 93 overall champions that you saw. I will say RG made mention you had to put 490 overalls to get a 93 now instead of 3 for the 92s. You get 4 of them and Cat's back. So if you like some of the 90s, you can do a set for 93. Like I talked about last time for making money off this promo. Like if you hit it right away, right? Have your training ready to go right away. Hit the reroll. I will say right now, 90s, if we could take a look in game, 90s are kind of expensive. Like people are speculating on 90s. 90s should not be this expensive based off where training is. So let's just take a look at like random what normal 90 overalls are at and then most feared 90 overalls. Normal 90 overalls are about 131, which is higher than what we got going into most feared. So training's definitely been an upswing since most feared, especially that reroll. And then you go over to like most feared reroll, most feared cards. They're like 136, 138, 141. Now, I expect these things to drop down, maybe not to their original like price that they were because the arbitrage drove these things down to like 110, but I could see a little bit in that range, maybe a little higher. You might be able to snipe under that number. So I don't necessarily think buying 141 today at that price is great for the most feared, as there are arbitrage methods over onto it. Like if we go ahead and I'll bring you over to the training spreadsheet. By arbitrage, I mean, for those who don't know, who haven't been around the channel, taking cheap training, rolling into the expensive cards, and then selling for a profit. So here we are. This was updated yesterday. No, 2 days ago, the 19th. But 90s were 129 at 26. It does look like we're holding pretty steady at 25, 26 right now. Up a little bit, but very little. So unless you get a snipe, packs, you know what? Market looks about where it's at, right? If we take a look at this, we'll take a look at like 88s and stuff. I doubt those things have gone down much. Packs could lower the value of the market overall. 64.6 for an 88. Yeah, market is even up slightly because that's 64.6 and I had it at 60. So training's gone up. Are enough cards gonna come out of packs to lower the overall market on Friday? Are enough people gonna buy packs? Or are more people going to do the roll, right? And use their training? So if you've got training stacked up, it's not a bad idea to do that, right away. Like I talked about, make the MasterCard, sell the MasterCard because they're inflated. Like first 30 minutes, they're inflated to high heck, okay? Or high heaven, I guess, instead of heck, which is a more PC version of the bad place, where Jeremy Bearimy rules all the time. Didn't really make sense. I don't care. All right. So with that, the training market is high. More content's coming out that people are going to use training to roll for. We're in some interesting waters. There's going to be plenty of coin making opportunities, plenty of methods, plenty of rolls. I know some people are using exchange sets and going for high, like 90 overalls or 88 overalls or whatever they're going for. I don't love those methods. They're based on luck. But there are definitely other methods of rolling and selling and completing the sets, especially right away. And especially if you want 90s, some of those 90s on your squad, doing the set and selling off is not a bad idea at all. But yeah, it is crazy how much effect these two sets, these two little things have on the market. So there you go. It's gonna be a fun Friday. We'll be on Twitch trying to make coins there all day, and obviously playing with the new cards too. There's something else I wanted to go through. Let me take a look at my I think notes and oh yeah, we got solos coming too. Solos on their way also. So you got free 90s there. I'm definitely trying to keep looking for the other notes. Where was Fred's at? There was Fred's at. Let's bring it back up on screen. House rules. All right. So most feared release player 1's gonna be used for most feared release player 2 sets, just FYI. But house rules monster wins basically means that exactly like I said before. You know how there's that objective to score 2,000 points in house rules? Like if you score like a 30-yard like passing or rushing touchdown is 30 or 35 points, right? 30-yard passing touchdowns, 30 points. 50-yard passing touchdowns, 40 points. Makes it a lot easier to get that 2,000 total points in house rules. As for the reward, you get a 81, 5K, 81, 5K, and then a 90 overall NCAT. That needs to be a nat. That should have been a nat. I don't know why they make these things NCAT if we earn them from house rules. Stop. NCATs out of like sets make a lot of sense. You shouldn't be able to like put the cards right back into the set. But NCATs out of rewards from solos and house rules make it make sense. That needs to be something we earn that we can actually put into like the master set to like help us and progress into the game itself. I get it. I love how many 90 overalls you're giving away. Like last release was like 8 or something. You got to give it nat here. So more free 90 overalls though, or you can choose an 85 overall auctionable player, auctionable tradable. So awesome right there. That's really cool for that portion of it, but it's gotta make sense. But there you go. House rules going forward with the monster wins, which is monster points. I love house rules. I don't know if they're gonna keep the morph on. Maybe they'll keep the morph on until tomorrow, so we can morph with the new players online still, and then hopefully turn it off shortly after that. Because I know Weekend League guys do not really like the morph at all, and I definitely feel them. I prefer in the house rules. If they just kept in the house rules, I think that's the dream. But yes, 30 new challenges for Universe of Terror, and that is the news. Most Feared Part 2. Let's take a look at the limiteds before wrapping up the video. Sorry, it's kind of been a long video so far, giving my thoughts, but having training ready to go, not a bad idea. Don't overpay for it. Don't like do over speculation, as the market already knows what's on its way. But let's take a look at the limiteds today. We've got a quarterback and a cornerback. Was it safety or cornerback? I don't remember. Yeah, I think Byron was a safety. 1.91. All right, that's way too much. Good luck if you pull Herbert. That's a huge reward, huge bounty on him. And then Byron's 825. So the one who is cared for least is half the price. But there's Byron's stats. A pretty solid zone corner. Last year, this guy was a demon for me. His Team of the Year card just kept making interceptions. I didn't know what was happening. Him in my slot, especially with Acrobat. He made more plays than my entire team combined last year. So I'm kind of excited to try him again, get him back in the squad. I've been using Cam Chancellor in my slot, and so it's gonna be hard to replace him. Maybe I'll use Byron out wide, but man, I think Byron's I gotta go back to his old spot. But yeah, somebody just bought the 1.91 million coin one too. Justin Herbert is way too expensive. We'll be back today on Twitch for this Herbert. And then if nothing else, we'll have to buy him to try him. But man, that's disgustingly high. They got to improve the drop rates of limiteds, please, EA. It's been bad this year. Please go back to previous years. Please. It's not going to cost you any money. You might make more with more people buying it. I don't know. But there it is. That is the video. Hope you guys liked it. Please like, please subscribe. It's free. We're going for 100K this year on the tubes. We're trying to join the 1 Comma Club. Let's try and make it before the Super Bowl. We're going to make it. We're all going to make it, boys. All right. See you later.